All right, so that's a 6-tuplet, a Dave's sixer. All right. So I'm pulling up now to pick up Jordan and see how this goes. It's gonna be our first YouTube video. How you doing, Bogger?
So this is it, man. Holy frig.
Yeah.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up? This is Bogger Jordan. This is Bogger Mac.
Just bogging around.
We're just bogging around.
So I'm like completely emptied and ready to eat something disgusting.
Nice. Today we're going to be reviewing Fyre Festival, the Netflix documentary. Are you feeling Wendy's?
Yeah, I could do some Wendy's.
Definitely super fucking stressful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, one thing that it definitely made you feel anxious and like stressed out, knowing ahead what's coming. It's one of those shows that you know from the beginning kind of what the outcome is. As it progresses, you see how stressful it gets for the people and the poor people that were in that film and that took part of that. And
oh my gosh, yeah, man. Like the guy like who was in like the middle of the movie, and then he was like, oh, and then Billy asked me to do something, like he had to go give a blowjob to it was like the border patrol or whatever, and they had like $100,000 worth of water, and they said that they couldn't pass the water over, so he had to go give a blowjob to that guy, and he showed up there, and then Buddy was like, you don't have to do this, I'll just give you the water. Oh my gosh.
It's so messed up. And what's so messed up about that whole thing is that I think what's his name? Billy,
yeah.
Billy. He pretty much asked it as a favor to this guy, I forget his name, to go suck this guy's dick. Like what a scumbag. Like, that's so horrible.
He defrauded people $28 million to have a show to promote, like, the app. I don't know. Or spend $28 million on making the app better.
Or just start a company as a plumber or something. Something a little more basic, Billy.
And then Ja Rule, like, didn't go to jail. There was nothing, like, against him.
He seems like a sketchy fellow. Just throughout the documentary, like the things he would say, like there was a bunch of these women, supermodels, chilling out at night, and they had, like, going into this, they had no plan of what they were gonna do, like, so essentially just like he's sitting there with Billy, and he's like, how about you go in the water, we chase you. And the girls are just like, what? Yeah.
I don't know if I ever want to hang out with Ja Rule.
Yeah, Ja Rule.
So Ja Rule, if you're watching this, don't hit us up.
Yeah, man. Don't hit us up. Okay.
Can I help you?
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, can we get two Dave's triples, please?
What would you like to drink?
Just a water is good. Just water.
And anything else?
How many calories is that?
Just one.
That's like 3,200 calories.
Yeah, would you like that or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one of those, please. All right, so we're gonna figure out if the movie is a bogger or a tosser. Bogger being a bogger, and a tosser being better luck next time.
Toss it out the window.
Toss it out the window. A bogger or toss it out the window? Really? So that's the goal. I feel like I didn't expect to be like at the edge of my seat the whole time. And like, if it went on any longer, I feel like I'd start sweating just from how stressful that was.
It was, man. We got up like 3 or 4 times, and each time we got up to like get a snack or something, we were still talking to each other about how stressed out we were.
Yeah.
Like, it was a very stressful. You were right in there, and you just
I literally thought I was going to jail because of these mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, it just became so personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Jordan's goal is to eat 2 triple Dave's, or Dave's triples, a Wednesday quadruple, and and see if he can manage not breaking out into the meat sweats.
We're up there.
All right, so that's a six-tuplet, a Dave's sixer. All right, so what part of Fyre Festival movie do you feel was like their biggest like downfall? Like, where did it all turn around for them?
I'd say it all went downhill as soon as they got Pablo Escobar's island.
Yeah.
And
for what, $10 million they bought the island?
Yeah, for a crazy sum of money. And I forget who, someone told them, no problem, you have the island, great, but don't use his name
right
in your first like trailer or whatever.
In publicity.
Yeah, in publicity in the media. Just don't bring it up. And then they brought it up in the first video.
That's like at the beginning too.
If they wouldn't have done that, everything could have worked out.
More or less, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, they would have saved millions of dollars. And then they ended up not even going to an island. They were like on mainland, and then they just photoshopped like to make it look like an island when they posted it online. And then when people showed up, all these tents were like soaked, and like mattresses were like just drenched in water because it had rained the night before.
This is like the I want to have a heart attack existential crisis you get to Dave triple burgers and eat them. God, man.
Did you hear that Trump wants to build a wall? That's like halfway. It's like you're done one of the burgers.
We're getting there. Sign me up and call me Dixie. Just say they don't season their meat. A&W seems to season their meat. A few more bites. I haven't even got a drop on. Oh shit.
So what do you think are the odds Donald Trump is going to be like finally like found for like fraud of the election or like other illegal escapades and is going to go to prison? What do you think the odds are that he's actually going to go to prison at some point?
Truthfully, I don't think he'll go to prison.
I know, eh? It would be like interesting like if he did. I feel like the odds are that he's not going to. But what he's got like 10 people that he was like close to that are like either in prison now or they're getting like sentencing or like they went to court for illegal activity. Scandals. Who knows? He's a tosser, man.
He is a tosser.
He is no
Let's make
bogger.
that clear from the beginning. He's a tosser. I mean, you don't have to follow politics very much to know what kind of guy he is. Like, I don't know, just the fact that someone like that can get into a position of power is really, it's a reflection of what those people are feeling too, because they voted for him. Can't deny that. I mean,
You don't have to run for presidency. That's not bad. That's like a quarter Dave's triple. Alright, so Fyre Festival. All in all, through and through. Bogger or tosser? Did you enjoy the movie enough to like one day, probably, I mean like, at least refer it to somebody? Or are you like, scrap that movie? Bogger or tosser?
I would say it's a bogger.
Yeah.
And because it truly made me feel anxious and stressed out during the time I was watching it, I was engrossed into it. I was involved.
Yeah.
I felt part of it. Like hearing it was really good. I like a show or a movie or whatever it is. If I'm watching it, I need to be feeling the emotions that they're trying to portray. If they're trying to make everyone feel happy and I'm not feeling happy, in my opinion, it's typically just not a good piece of art. But the way they made it work. I was really stressed out and really anxious. I felt really in it. It was a bogger for sure.
It just kept going too. Like every single time you thought like, oh, that's the worst thing that could happen to them.
Yeah.
Something worse happens, and then eventually, Mother Nature was like, I'm gonna rain all over this party, the night before, and then everything was just washed out. And then by the end of it too, like all those people like running around, like cutting through tents and like stealing everything, like it was savage. It was savage.
Yeah, that is savage. So you would think it's a bogger then?
But yeah, it was a bogger for sure. That wasn't a tosser. That was definitely a bogger. I've already referred that to people.
Yeah.
It's your one last bite. Oh my gosh.
This is what we do for fun.
Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Fyre Festival is on Netflix. That movie was a bogger, which is a good thing. Definitely not a tosser. Worth a watch.
Check it out.
If you want more content on our channel, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, put the bell on so you get notified. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching and subscribe.
And subscribe.